My mother hurled my duffel at my chest and snapped, "Get lost, loser." No hug, no half smile. Just sleet in her voice, and a front door that slammed behind me like I'd never belonged there at all. Have you ever come home starving for love and been treated like air? 10 years in uniform. Sandstorms, sirens, stitched skin, folded flags. I didn't expect a parade, but I didn't expect that either. I stood on the porch while snow salted my eyelashes. My brother Kyle peered through the frosted window and snorted. She probably just wants money. My father, Darren, drifted down the hallway like a ghost and never said a word. So I left. I grabbed the bag that had rattled through war zones, now soaked with slush and my mother's venom, and caught the next bus to the only place that had ever felt safe, Grandma Ruth's. I didn't call ahead. I just showed up. The door opened slowly. Her hands trembled, but her eyes didn't. They found me and held on tight. Then she asked the 5 words that cracked me wide open. Why didn't they want you? I don't remember falling, only her arms catching me. That night, I slept under a hand-stitched quilt in the room I used to cover with stickers. She brewed ginger tea, read psalms in a steady hush, and whispered, "I'm so proud of you, Maya." Pride didn't sew the hole shut, but it stopped the bleeding. I thought that might be the end of the story. It wasn't. A week later, in bright, bitter cold, they showed up on Grandma Ruth's porch. My mother, my brother, my father, shivering, pale, pleading. "Please, just open the door," my mother called. I didn't. Grandma rocked behind me, Bible resting on her lap like a sword. Through the screen, I watched their breath cloud the air. Mom's eyes darted. Kyle stared at his boots. Dad finally croaked, "Maya, the bank froze everything." I looked at Grandma. She didn't stand, just murmured, "You owe them nothing, baby." While I'd been sending hazard pay home from 3 deployments, they'd taken out a second mortgage, slipped my name on as co-signer, then defaulted. The checks I mailed had covered Kyle's community college tuition, Mom's pain pill fixes, Dad's failed side hustles. I came home to debt I never touched and a house already sliding into foreclosure. One card remained. My veteran status could stall the process 60 days. "You don't understand," Mom rasped. "We were trying to survive." "Funny," I said. "So was I." Kyle edged closer. "Come on, Maya. You've got a good job now. Help us. We're family." Family tasted like rust. They hadn't called when shrapnel opened my leg outside Fallujah. Now, with the sheriff at the door, I was family again. "I'll think about it," I said. Their faces brightened. They didn't hear what I kept to myself. Next morning, I made a list. Not of forgiveness, but of consequences. I booked the community center in town. Cold metal chairs, no coffee. They arrived late. I slid the papers across the table. "Sign." "What is this?" Mom asked. "A debt acknowledgement. Every dollar pulled from my pay since I enlisted, plus interest. Total $143,700. If I file the VA hardship stay and stall foreclosure. You vacate in 30 days, and the deed transfers to Grandma Ruth. You never live there again." "This is blackmail," Kyle snapped. "This is survival," I answered. They stormed out without signing. 2 days later, they came back. Mom's hand shook so hard the pen scratched. One by one they signed, and the house changed futures. The 30-day clock started. I scheduled inspections, set deadlines, and went silent. Days ticked. Inspections passed. The realtor asked, "When's final move out?" On day 21, I filed notice. The house would go to auction. Proceeds to a veterans shelter in Portland. I didn't want the bricks. I wanted oxygen. Day 28, I sent the emails. Power off at 6 p.m. Water shut off in 48 hours. Lockout in 72. At 6:02 p.m., Mom called. I let it ring. Morning brought a knock at Grandma's. Dad stood on the step looking smaller, holding a shoebox. Inside were all the letters I'd mailed from the field, still sealed. She said they were just you venting, he whispered. Shame had hollowed his face. I closed the door. Dignity can sound like wood settling. Eviction day, 10 a.m. sharp. By 10:30, their whole lives sat in plastic tubs on the frost-covered lawn. I wasn't there. A moving crew took the only thing I claimed, the photo album of me and Grandma Ruth. Everything else could rot. Kyle texted, "You're humiliating us." I replied, "You did that first." The auction closed above asking. The shelter got the money, and the deed went to Grandma Ruth. We didn't keep the house. We kept our peace. I bought a small bungalow on the edge of town and moved Grandma in. We painted the living room butter yellow and learned the sound of quiet that doesn't hurt. Peace felt earned, not borrowed. Grandma squeezed my hand. Warm, steady. A week later, Kyle showed up with a paper bag of lemon poppy seed muffins. "Mom's sick," he said. "Stage 2 liver failure. No insurance." He looked honest for the first time in years. I opened the door just wide enough to block the threshold. "Not yet," I said. He nodded, set the muffins down, and left. That night, I wrote a final letter. To myself, "Thank you for surviving." Then I turned off the porch light.